So Louise, you're now 64. You started doing yoga that you were how old?
Asana practice about 18.
How is your experience in aging with the practice? What are the things that the practice is teaching you?
The base fear is the fear of death. So being in the last, you could absolutely say third of life, which I'm in, you need to start to understand, and you really get a visceral sense of the fact that you're not going to be around forever. I mean, we all know that, but you get a visceral sense of it as you actually come into that part of your life. And yeah, so that's one big thing. The other thing, this is just kind of more physical that I'll say about aging, and which I tell students that are more my age, is that consistency in the practice becomes more important, not less important when you get older. But you may have to let go of a preconceived notion of what your practice is going to look like and be like, and not hold to, like, say, your 30 or 40-year-old standard. So there may be like a decrease in energy sometimes, not all the time, but you may notice that you have less reserve energy. So it then becomes vitally important to do a consistent, daily, devotional, and steady practice, even if all you do is half of a sequence. It is, the days when you have energy, do all, do all. But be more forgiving and tolerant, but at the same time, not being lax. Because what tends to happen is we're given the message, well, you're old now, you don't really have to bother, you can sort of sit down. Real bad idea, because the body is now in the catabolic phase. So if you just sit down now, you will notice the effects in much more rapidly. Whereas, say, somebody who's, say, 30, maybe they had to miss practice for a week for some unforeseen reason, they're not going to feel it. But at this age, you will feel it. So I encourage people who are, in the latter part of their life to be very consistent. And the good news is that now you have the mental capacity to do that, hopefully, more easily. There's less distractions now at this age. You're not being pulled in every direction, every minute. What should I do? How is my life going to be? Life has already been, so you don't have to worry about it so much, What you're going to do in your life, most of it you've done, and you have the perspective that gives you. So it's a really wonderful thing, aging, actually, I think, to me. There are many positive things about aging that never get spoken about, such as that you do have more discrimination and hopefully some more wisdom. By the time you've been practicing for 40 years, hopefully something happens that you see your life in a different way. So life experience is very helpful, but I would encourage the older people out there to all keep your practice. Don't buy the whole line, because people age at such different rates too. Not everybody is like, oh, and I hear people all the time go, oh, I'm 40 now. And I just laugh, because from my vantage, 40 is like, but, they're already hearing from the culture that now you're 40, or now I have, some kids. I have 3 kids myself. So, now I can just let everything just all kind of go. And, and then you feel worse and worse, and it's a downward spiral. So, consistency with some wisdom is essential as people are in the latter part of their life.
Thank you.
Was that the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much.